morning, everyone. It is Monday, the 4th week of the, I was about to say ninth quarter, but it is the 4th week of the 4th quarter. So we are just about halfway done with the last quarter. It's pretty crazy. Today we are finishing, we're doing the finishing touches of the research paper. So you will need your folders again. At this time, I still have your folders, but you should get your folders out and be ready to work and be ready to listen. This is our agenda for today. Let's go with reading number 1, write bibliography page. Turn to page 242 in your language books. Page 242. This is what you're writing, the selected bibliography. I hope all of you are there. Page 242. That's what we're writing in our first step. Go ahead and turn back in your language to page 232. 10 pages back, 232. This tells us how to do it. Number 1, it says write the word selected bibliography on the second line. Before you do that, you're going to open your folders, go to a blank page. Sorry, Justin, this is your folder again. your folder's at the top of the stack and I'm just using it. Go to a blank page. You might be running out of pages. If you're running out of pages, ask your mom or go find a notebook and see if you can tear out a page and put it in here. Just like this. See if you can. Alright, you have a blank page. Write the word selected bibliography on the second line. Follow the instructions, y'all. I will not be pleased if it comes back and I can see you have not read instructions. It tells us exactly what to do and I'm walking you through it, so you should be paying attention and so you can understand what to do. So second line, if it's just little mistakes here and there, I'm fine. I'm okay with it. That's natural and that's normal. But if I see that constantly it's not lining up with what I have said, then it's obvious to me that either you weren't listening or you didn't follow instructions. Alright, second line. In the center, write selected bibliography. If you don't know how to spell it, turn back to page 242 for the sample page. Alright, so we're going to write selected bibliography. So our bibliography page is where we're going to write all our cited sources. Do you remember when we wrote bibliography cards? It was about the first thing that we did. Let me see if I can find Justin's. We wrote 3. No, we wrote 2. This is going to be easy, y'all. No, we wrote 3. I found 3. Look either in the front cover or the back cover. Either one. I think that's where your bibliography card should be. Alright. So your bibliography cards are on 3 notebook papers. Alright, this is what we're going to be copying onto our notebook paper. Notice that we're not going to come up with anything new, we're just copying what we've already put the hard work in to do. This was hard work, right? Remember that? Remember how it took a fairly long that one day, but we did it. So what we're doing, we're just taking all that hard work and we're just copying it on this page. So number 2, we're on page 232. Instruction number 2, skip 1 line. Number 3, arrange your bibliography cards in alphabetical order according to the first word of the card. This is usually the author's last name or the first word of the title. When alphabetizing, that is a hard word, okay. When alphabetizing, I'm pretty sure I'm not saying that right. Your cards ignore a, an, or the at the beginning of a title. You're going to look at your first word in each bibliography card. This is Lawler, steel. You're going to put it in alphabetical order, which would be Green, then Lawler, and then Steel. G, then L, then S. Go ahead and do it with your bibliography cards. You should have your bibliography cards in front of you and arrange them so that they're in alphabetical order. This is the order you're going to write them in. You should have them in front of you. If you don't have them in front of you, pause the video and get that done before we go on so you don't lose track. Alright? Number 4, copy the information from your bibliography cards onto your bibliography page. So you can go ahead and do that. Remember, step number 2 said skip one line. So you have selected bibliography, then you skip a line, and then you start writing your first bibliography example. Exactly how this looks. Exactly. Number 5, do not indent the first line of each bibliographical entry. Do indent the second and third lines 1/2 inch. Number 6, skip one line between sources. So these are called sources. So between these 3 sources, you will skip one line in between each source. And then the last sentence says, study the sample bibliography page on page 242. If you get stuck, which it's possible, and I understand because I'm not here to see your reactions and all that. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, and we've never done it before, so I get it, that can be hard. But look on page 242, there's an example bibliography page that tells you exactly how to set it up. Let me get closer to the camera. I just want to talk a little bit about, let me see where we're at. Yeah, okay. Hopefully you can see this. Notice how, put it down a little bit. Notice how the first line is never indented. Never, never, never. But the second line, and if you go to the third line, it is indented. I think 1/2 inch. So for all of these bibliography cards, the first line is never indented. It should all come out to your left margin. I hope you can see this. And then your second line, you do indent it. If you still have any questions, look on the sample page or call me. I am available to help you. Alright, pause the video, go ahead and do that. It should be on a blank page. Alright, we're ready to do our next step. You should have the bibliography page done. Number 2, write title page, page 234. So let's go to page 234 in your language. Okay, you should be there. Follow this outline. Follow this, how the single page shows you. You would be glad to know that it's so short. And I counted the lines, and they write on every 6th line, counting the, they write on every 6th line, counting the top line. So like, you're gonna go to another new page, and you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're gonna write on the 6th line. Then you're gonna count 6 lines more down and write on the 6th line. And then you're gonna count 6 more lines down and write again. Let me make sure I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. So on the first thing, you write your fancy title that you came up with. Like Judson's was the, let's see, Brave Woodster Daniel Boone. So that will go on the, you would write that 6 lines down on your title page, following the sample page on page 234. So you're going to have the title of your research report, then you're going to write the date of today. I don't know what date that is, the calendar's too far away. Just the date of today, that's fine. And then your full name, Carrie Fisher. It does not have their middle name, just do your first and your last name. Allie Fisher, Connor Overhaul, Lincoln Miller, write your full name. Alright, pause the video, finish that. Follow the sample page on page 234. Alright, number 3. You should be done with these 2 steps. Number 3, write the checklist, page 243. So let's go ahead and turn to page 243 in your language. This checklist is for me. You are writing it for me. Thank you so much. This is where I grade all the different components of your library research report. And you will copy it exactly as they have it. You're going to turn to a new page in your notebook. And you're going to start writing checklist. Then you're going to skip a couple lines. You're going to write checklist, possible points, points earned. The possible points is how many points it's possible for you to get right. And the points earned, when I grade it, I will mark either 4, 5, or 1, or however is appropriate. Like for number 2, for title page, there's 1 possible point. So if your title page is, remember how we wrote our title page? It's pretty simple to write, so I'll probably write 1. You got 1 point out of that, which is good. That's all you can get. So your third step is to write the checklist using the sample page on page 243. You can pause the video and go ahead and do that. By now you should have your bibliography page, your title page, and your checklist page. Alright. Turn to page 233 in your language. We're on to step 5. We're about done now. Share your results. This is where we take all our work and we're on the downward stretch and we're about done. So step 5, share your results. Number 1, put your paper in the right order in your decorated folder. I'm thinking the book was thinking that you would have a special folder for this particular report, but this folder also has Helen Keller report in. So that's fine, no problem. But you will need to rearrange all your papers, and it could get a little bit confusing. Notice before we start that, I want the finished report. The finished report is due on Tuesday at drop-off time. So you have Monday and Tuesday to do this last step. On Tuesday, we will not have a video. If you need more extra time to get your report all done and all neat and all ready to hand in, then you can work on it on Tuesday. If you get it all done today, then you don't have to have language tomorrow, which is super cool. So it's due tomorrow I guess you're watching this video on Monday. It's due tomorrow at drop-off time. So if you need extra time, that's completely fine. You do have that extra time. Remember, you will be graded on it. This is your test grade. So work carefully, work neatly, and do your work well so you're proud of the work that you were giving to me. All right, so we are on page 233 and we're putting our paper in the right order in the decorated folder. So let's see. The first thing they said was title page, which we wrote today or yesterday, depending when you're doing this. But I'm going to say put your cover page first. This is your illustrated page. With your pretty illustrations in the title. Like the one you colored or the one you printed out, or like a picture of Annie Oakley or Harriet Tubman. This is where, that's the cover page. That will come first. And now you're going to do title page. The title page is what you just wrote. So you would put that after cover page. Then we have illustrations with captions. Illustrations with captions. So captions it's a little phrase that tells the reader what the picture is about. And we talked about this a little bit before, try your best. I know sometimes it's hard to know where the picture came from, but as much as you can, try to have a caption, just a little phrase. Annie, well, let's say Amelia Earhart in her first airplane, or things like just small phrases that tells the reader who the picture is about and what they're doing. You need to have 2 illustrations. Now's the time also, if you're missing illustrations and you can't print them out, to find an illustration on the internet and send it to me over WhatsApp and I can print it out for you. Alright. You need 2 illustrations because this is your 3rd illustration, your cover page. Alright, after that you're gonna take your final outline. Your final outline comes next. My writing is a little bit sloppy. Woo! Okay. Just don't mind my writing, that's fine. Let me show you what your final outline is. Open your report. Remember, we had 2 outlines. Our final outline is our longest one. Okay, so we have 2 outlines. And remember how we went out to the kitchen and we took all our notes that we wrote and we put them into our final outline. The outline that you wrote out in the kitchen is what you need. So it's right here. Let's make sure. This is Judson's first outline. It's a little over a page long. But I'm going to keep on going past his notes. And I'm going to come to his final outline with the title and with his expanded outline. It's that's actually 2 pages. 2 pages, so you're going to take those out and you're going to put them behind, the illustrations. Alright? So this is your final outline. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, your final outline should look kind of like this. Here and here. This is your final outline. Alright? After your final outline, I am just losing my stuff. After your final outline comes your final draft. The final draft is what we wrote on Friday. I don't want your rough draft. Put your rough draft in front of all of this, or put your rough draft in the back cover. I don't care where you put it, but it shouldn't be found anywhere in here. Let me show you what I mean. This is his, Judson, thank you so much for letting me use your book, I appreciate it. This is his rough draft. You see how I marked it up? Gave him some suggestions. I don't want this in your report because it's your rough draft. It's rough, right? So we want your final fancy rough draft. Your final fancy final draft. Okay. I don't have his final draft because this is before he wrote, I'm making this video actually on Thursday, but I'm making it for Monday. So by this time he should have his final draft. Your final draft will come after your final outline. Alright, then you're gonna put your selected bibliography page, which you wrote today. Let's see, here it is. You're going to have your selected bibliography page. Bibliography. Alright, your selected bibliography page, which you wrote. Put that behind final draft. After that, you're going to have your checklist page, which you wrote today also, number 3. Okay, so checklist page comes after, wait, let me make sure. Checklist page, yeah. Checklist page. Alright. Now, after your checklist page, we have all of these. It says other drafts in back pocket. Now, I actually didn't see this before the video. I'm trying to think of where to put all your drafts and your notes and your first outlines. You can take, it's up to you. You decide, all right? You can take all your other notes and everything else that you use to write the report, like your rough draft, your notes, and your first outline. You can put them in the back cover, or you can put them before your research report. I just don't want to find any of the rough drafts or the first outlines or the notes in this setup. Because this setup is what you're presenting to me. This setup is what your grade will be. Okay? So it needs to be cover page, title page, illustrations with captions, final outline, final draft, selected bibliography, checklist page. And y'all, I just want to tell you that I'm so proud of you. At the start, we didn't know, you didn't know what all was coming, but we broke the research paper into small chunks, and you accomplished all of these tasks. And some of them are difficult, and you did so well. Thank you for all your hard work. I can't wait to see it when you get it in. All right. Number 2 on page 233 says number the pages beginning with the page 1 of the report. For every page with a title, number the pages in the bottom center of the page. Number the rest of the pages at the top in the center. Do not number the title page and outline pages. You can compare your page numbers to those in the sample library research report, pages 234 to 243. Let me show you what they're talking about. This is the sample page. I really hope you can see me. Okay. Title page. No page number because it's the title page. Follow this. This is what you do. First, step number 2. No page number. Outline. Outline pages. No page number. So this is still part of the outline. No page number. Your first page number is the first page of your final draft. Notice it has a title. So since it has a title, your page number 1, just write 1, will go at the bottom center, just like this. You can look in your language if you're not sure what I mean. Copy exactly what they have. Now, the second page of your final draft has no title. It doesn't tell you what the title is, so you're going to go to the top, middle of the page, and write number 2. So it was number 1, and number 2. And now we have number 3. We're still in our final draft. Number 3. Copy that. And then number 4. I realize that some of y'all have different page numbers. Some of y'all might have only 3 pages. Some of y'all might have 5 pages. I don't care how many pages you have, but whatever in your final draft, you must number each one. So they have 4. And then your selected bibliography page must also get a number. So 5 or 6 or your next consecutive number. Whatever number you're ready for, your selected bibliography page should get a page number. So notice how it's switched. Your final draft, the last page of your final draft was on top center, but your selected bibliography page is in the bottom center. Your checklist page, which is your last page, gets no page number. Okay, checklist page is not, but bibliography does. Number 5. All right, that's your last step. Your research report should all be in order. If you watch this whole video and you didn't put it in order, that's fine. You'll just need to have it in order by the time you drop it off on Tuesday. For page 233, it says, on number 3, it says, give your report to your teacher on the day that it is due. And I will read it, and I will fill out the checklist, and I will give it back to you with your grade, with all the different parts that you have put in order. Make sure you have all the parts, because it will affect your grade if you're missing a part, if a part's not done, and I think that is all. So you'll have 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, to finish this. So no language tomorrow, no language video tomorrow. All right, this was a lot, and I wish I was here. I wish I was here. I am here. I wish y'all were here so I could watch you work and give you guidance and all that, but I'm not. So let me know if you have any questions. I know it's a lot. And you all did your first library research report. You're about done with it, and I'm so proud of you, just like I said before. Great job, y'all. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling for me, and I'm sure it's a good feeling for y'all. All right, talk to y'all later.